shouldn't be too bad. As you can see, it's been leaking from up underneath there someplace. And right behind this cover is where our heater core is located. If you just take the air filter off, so that's out of the way, which is really easy. It's just this clamp there, and then this little piece that sticks up in here. Get those out of the way so you can see back in here. We've got this hose and this hose. Those are the two things that we're going to be working on. I was thinking it might be kind of nice if I take this screw out right here and then push the oil thing down out of the way so that we can kind of reach in there and see a little bit better. It's just about done. Also gonna take off this cover, which turns out 5/16 fits on these screws real dandy. It's gonna be kind of a pain to get at those others up and around there, but we'll be able to get them, I'm sure. To make it a little bit easier, I removed this metal plate that was there, just a couple more 5/16 inch screws. Now right up there, I think this is the only thing securing it. There's a Phillips, and it looks very non-standard. It looks like somebody else added that. So maybe this is the second heater core in this Ford van's life. I'm not really sure. But this tool right here should be invaluable. I take back what I said about this screw being like added in there. I thought that this wide lip was a washer, but it's actually not. So I think that is probably Ford OEM. So we got this thing removed. As you can see, they plan for the potential of the heater core leaking, as they have added a drain tube which sticks through that hole right there in the dash. And you can see, yeah, this heater core is definitely leaking, and or has been leaking in the past, as it is very sticky with coolant. What we got to do is remove the two hoses on the other side and then pull the heater core into the cab. So what it looks like to me, looks like you're supposed to squeeze those lighter colored tabs in and then pull the hose off. So we got the first one off. So you have to like squeeze these things and then just kind of like wiggle it and pops off. Alright, so right there I'm squeezing them. This is the second heater core tube. Wonder if these things have to come off. Unless there's like an O-ring on there. O-ring followed by plastic piece, followed by another O-ring. It's like an O-ring compression fitting or something. I guess we'll have to reuse these things. It doesn't appear that any new ones are sent with the new heater core. Ouch. Okay, that retainer clip, nasty little thing. So what I ended up doing is taking a piece of PEX like this and cutting it off. Then I took that piece of PEX and I cut a notch in it this way, like this. So I had a gap of the PEX removed. And then I took this piece of PEX and I shoved it onto the line right here. And then I pulled it this way, and that worked as the removal tool like perfectly. So we got the first retainer clip off. I guess we'll just use this one since we made it. There they are, off. And we can now probably just remove this, I'm guessing. There's our old heater core. Man, that coolant looks nasty. But yeah, real quick, I'll demonstrate how those clip things work again. This kind of kills me to put this back on here, but here's how this was. So this just slides on. As soon as you get it past that ring, these two teeth As soon as you get it past the ring on there, these two teeth dig in. So it's really hard to remove. With my homemade tool, I was able to push it down. And that lifts those until they're just over the edge, and it can be slid off. So all you need is a piece of 3/4 PEX that is cut open like that, and it works. It does work on the smaller one too. I just was having a little bit more trouble getting it pulled down over, which is why I didn't do it on camera. Ideally, I think you would use new O-rings. I'm going to inspect these. They actually are a little bit better than I initially thought as far as the quality of them. Just, it seems like not good to reuse them, but I'm going to reuse them. So hopefully I don't have any problems with that. Tape these lines off before you try to shove them through so that no insulation or anything can get stuck in the ends. I can just kind of see in there to the holes. Hey, that wasn't so bad. Let's go see if they came out where they were supposed to. Maybe they just broke off. That would be terrible. I wasn't actually pushing very hard. Oh, look at that. They popped right through. Oh, looks like insulation got a little bit messed up. Oh, it just pokes back in now. Okay, we're ready to reassemble. They go on this direction. O-ring. And then our plastic ring. Second O-ring. Start with the smaller one so I can kind of hold on to this big one. Align these spaces with the bits that stick out on there. Okay. There's the first one. Come on. Alright. There it is. It's on. Yay! So, that means we just got to put together everything that we took apart, start up the vehicle, and I think that we're good to go. I guess I should start the vehicle and run the coolant through it first to make sure it's not leaking anywhere. These hoses are now warm to the touch, so I think that means that we have liquid now in there. Okay, so apparently getting this cover back on, this thing is like the worst. I'm ready now. Ugh, that was terrible. And put the dash back together and put the other stuff back together, and we got a good heater core. One interesting thing to note is that if your heater core goes out, it could mean that you have a grounding issue on your battery. Well, the grounding terminal feels pretty good, but this positive terminal is pretty loose. So I'm going to tighten this up, but potentially that was part of the problem. I'm not sure on that, but it is possible. Oh yeah, the heat in here feels amazing. Doesn't even smell like coolant much. That is so nice. So anyway, I hope this was helpful in figuring out what you needed to do to get your heater core removed. I know that it's a lot easier on this vehicle than I expected. Still took a few hours to get it completely done, but that's not too bad considering I'd never done it before and I didn't know exactly how to do it. So now I know exactly how to do it, and it wasn't that bad. So good luck to you.